Oh, so you swung by the house today, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry I missed you.
Oh. Who the heck is this person? Why does everybody... I have gotten so many friend requests in the last few days. I'm like,
Well, I don't answer a friend request unless I know them.
well, yeah, and I'm just crazy stuff. I don't even know who the person is.
Alright, well at least I wasn't the last one to show up.
What's that?
At least I wasn't the total last one to show up. I wonder if they got caught in that road construction, they still have the flaggers out.
Yeah.
That's what caught me.
Flaggers are out?
Yeah, they're still out, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I think
Well,
they're
they're trying
trying to bust that
Yeah,
out.
We went through there and never, I think, wave at June, she didn't even look.
No,
Thank you for coming over. and
No, we never got stopped at all, either way.
Carrie said.
well, they weren't stopping when I went through, but they were flaggers.
Yeah, all depends whether it's short or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was getting kind of tall.
I passed my stress test.
You did?
Yeah, it came out good.
Yeah, my nurse is sending me some blood.
Really? What are they doing with you?
Wednesday?
Xarelto?
Oh, yeah, that we did.
Plavix?
Send it in the mail.
Yeah. I did Plavix for a long time after my heart surgery and
Rides in the boat, from what I hear.
then I went up there when I had
Free hepatitis shots at
my, when I did
the
my second stress test. And I was talking to the cardiologist and he says, why are you still on Plavix? And I says, I've been on it for
I'm trying to
10
say, I
years.
got Monday approved
He's-
vacation.
You should already
So
be
Uncle
here.
Tony's gonna be
Yeah,
up.
and he said, he's
Tony's
been
coming
off
to
that
town?
one.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
gotta
know,
be
and I'm going,
kidding.
really?
I thought fell over when I
I
heard it
never
too.
had a stress
I was like,
test.
he's coming this Friday? Drew was like, yeah, he said,
Six
as long as everything travels well.
Is that right?
He finally
I have to
had
do
an
one every
epiphany,
year.
I guess, I don't know.
Wow.
Stress, no EKG.
And I know he's staying through the weekend.
Well, I do
Well,
an
ladies
EKG
gonna
all
stay-
the time when
stay
Who's
every
with-
staying
year I
with?
do my
Jeremy?
physical.
Well, he said he was gonna get a hotel room, I was like, well, that's 3 DUI.
Well, they
You can't
probably,
be driving, I was
what's
like,
the,
it's like, you had to crash, Drew's like, I don't wanna be a burden, I was
Well,
like, I
it
gotta
depends
do
on
it,
what-
I don't even use it.
Right.
yeah, I
You're
don't
welcome.
know.
Go, you're
you
there.
know, as far
Yeah,
as
exactly, I was like, hell, you
blood
can have the
pressure,
downstairs,
do
I don't even see
plot
it.
somewhere.
But, I was like, there you
Did they
get
do
a sugar shack
a
down in
sonogram
Bridgers.
or any
I
kind
don't
of?
even know if that one's still around.
I don't think it is. I've
think
never
they-
seen any cars there.
Every once in a while, Jim
Because they
Reed's,
usually
they
don't
open
put you on
it
blood
up,
Yeah.
I'm
pressure
sure they
unless
own
you
it.
have
Yeah.
a-
They made me keep a log of my blood pressure for last month.
But yeah, he's
Yeah,
there, and then
right.
if I take political leave
Right.
for that deal,
Yeah, I run high all the time.
paychecks on the skinny end, not necessarily like my day's pay, but
He said,
I
well,
make
why aren't
money
you
on
in
the
here?
incentive, so you have to be there. to
Yeah.
I'm
make
not
the
dead,
incentive.
so
Yeah.
why should I?
That's where you get your kicker.
Yeah,
What the?
well,
The VA
What are you
is
thinking
doing
about going to
it.
that,
I do
That's
stress
all
tests
the
and stuff.
I'd
and
like
it's-
to, like,
they
if
want
it's a
me
budget thing, or at
Yeah.
least if I miss
Because
that
of
one,
my
at least
high blood
catch one
pressure,
budget thing, I
and
wanna
I
get a
get
little
dizzy
bit
spells
keener
still.
on that.
yeah.
I'm, you know, I go have them,
I would like to go
every
to that
3 or
one
4
of
years,
those.
I start getting dizzy
Cause it'd
spells
be
and
nice
things
to
like
have
that.
some sort of,
And so
I mean, even if
they
we
wanna
did
make
have
sure
us
that
there,
there's,
just to
and
pick
I
up
go in
something, you
and
know,
do
Right.
the
to streamline it a little bit.
ultrasound stuff every year,
I agree,
make sure that my arteries aren't clogged.
the process.
I have
Mhm.
one
Cause I think there's a lot
valve
of things
that's
that,
almost
I think if once the guy
76%,
was told you,
and they're,
probably,
but they wanna
I mean,
wait,
the checks and
I'm going,
balances,
why?
that's the easy part,
But
add
that's
the
just the
numbers,
way it
and
is.
whatever, sure, but
and of course,
the way you go about orchestrating and
Yeah, I
creating
don't
the
know.
numbers.
I apologize for being
that's
tardy.
okay, that's great, we're glad you're here.
I learned the hard way that when I pulled over and made a call that the clock on my truck would keep going, it stops wherever I stop. And I turned it off, so.
We're waiting
Okay,
on another one.
Craig's not coming?
No, Craig wasn't gonna be here this year.
Okay, all right, that's fine. We'll
You're just a
we'll
water.
just,
I'm the guest
you're the
on,
guest, so
okay,
we're going to, talk to you about grants. I'm gonna take some notes so I don't forget.
okay, so Shirley had asked me to come down and visit with you guys. We visited with her, Craig Erickson, our grant writer, had come down and visited. That was when the session was still going and things were kind of up in the air. The legislature did pass House Bill 652. It funded all the TCEP and UNRC grants that weren't in House Bill 6 and 11. But it also created the Delivering Local Assistance Grant Program, or DLA.
Okay, I read about that one.
It set aside $10.75 million for local infrastructure projects. The guidelines are essentially like TCEP, water, wastewater, stormwater stuff. A community can apply for up to $750,000, no match requirement. There's a $1.5 million per county cap. So Carbon County, if a bunch of applications go in, they'll only get
1.5 million?
per county.
So they pretty much give 2 towns essentially.
Well,
Yeah.
we're not quite sure on that, so.
Gotcha.
You do have to show an area where you're affected by increase or decrease in natural resources. And their draft, application guideline, you know, this, projects, where do they talk about, I know they talk about record production taxes of coal, oil, gas, and timber harvested. I don't know why they left Hard Rock out, but, so there's, Carbon Counties, obviously, we can show some coal and different things. The intent of these grants is they wanna get money out on the streets. They wanna do a lot. You go through and you divide, you know, I think there were 34 counties they initially identified, but I think some others could get involved, and you divided 10.75. You come out with more like $350,000 grants. And I think the legislature.
Per county,
No,
Per town,
per town?
Per
Municipality.
projects.
yeah.
Like if you divided the 34 counties into the money, I don't remember. Our impression is they want these projects to be shovel ready. Essentially, they would like to see them designed this winter and built next year. And we believe, talking to the sponsor of the bill and some of the things, they want to see 20, 30 projects out there. They don't want to see 4 big ones.
Right,
So.
good. That benefits us.
It does, because what we've been focusing, because you have to have a PER for the application.
Mhm.
Application, you could start submitting them June 1st, even though the application's still a draft. But the legislature, the bill actually says right in there that they'll start accepting them June 1st.
Okay,
But it was unrealistic for the Department of Commerce to roll out a whole program in 2 days, plus communities to get PERs. So we have till September 30th to submit. It's a cycle where it starts June 1st, but you can submit by the end of September. What we've gone through and kind of focused on our clients is you guys, we think, are in that perfect sweet spot where you have a water PER. It would take some effort, but not like starting from scratch PER to update it, get it ready to go in for the grants, and you have you've done the well on your water PER. And so the things hanging out there were the second crossing under the highway and the tracks, and replacing the undersized fire hydrants in town. And if I inflate those costs from 2010, I believe, is when we did the PER.
Mhm.
Those cost estimates are at about 450. And so we think that, that's the under $500,000. I think they're also gonna give a little more weight to communities that put some money in, say you asked for 350 and put up 100. But in your guys' case where you just took on 2 big projects, you did the well and you did the
Hopefully
wastewater,
they'll factor that in.
we might be able to say, hey, they would, but they're tapped out because they did what they could and they still have these remaining needs. So that's what we've been kind of talking to Shirley, and as we're going through strategizing and trying to talk to the Department of Commerce and the bill sponsor, I think this is a great opportunity for you guys, where you could go after it. The initial investment, I guess, on your guys' part would be to update the PER, which we think, my estimate's 20,000. We can apply to, the TSEP, they have PER planning grants that you can get. It's a first come, first served basis. They're available starting June 17th. It's a pretty easy application. We can help you do it, a resolution. They will pay 50% up to 15,000. So if we say it's 20, they would pay 10. Then we can go to the DNRC for their planning grant and ask for 5 for a PER update. So that would be 15 of the 20. So you guys would have to come up with 5. However, the DNRC counts for TSEP for the match. So the first 10 would be TSEP and DNRC, and then the next would be 50% yours, 50% TSEP. So if we did it for 15, because 20, I'm trying to be kind of conservative, you guys would only have to come up with 2,500, the half of that. However, you can't get grants to write grant applications, but if we can do the PER for under that 20 and have a little cushion, there's a lot of things we can do extra, if you will, as part of the PER that would directly go into the DLA grant application and make that a significantly less effort. Because the draft application's about the same as a coal board application, and those have been running about 5,000 to complete. So you'd be all in it, say 25, to get a $450,000 grant. There's no match.
No brainer.
To us it is, but I mean, we still
Yeah.
want to make.
So, like, on that grant, do they do partials, or is it, are you approved for all allotted
See, and
now,
this
or
is,
how does that go?
you hit it because we're used to, in our neck of the woods, Billings, our office, we do the coal board all the time, where Helena doesn't. And we've got that from the coal board all the time. And this is similar, because if they're due the end of September, and they're telling us we're gonna have by the end of October decisions,
Sure.
I could see you guys going in there and asking for 750, and they're like, we'll give you 500, you guys have to figure out the other 250, because coal board does that all the time. And, but I say we ask for it all with no match, with the case that you guys just took on these 2 major
Right.
projects, you're tapped
Right.
out. And if they come back and say, well, we'll give you 400, you gotta
Right.
figure out the 50, it's still kind of a no-brainer that.
Still, even if they did type down a bid, I mean.
With that in mind, do we have to spend the 450?
No, that would be our, that's just a number, we do the PR and update the
Right.
cost estimate, it might be 430, 450, might be 500,
Right.
but that's our cost estimate, and then we give you up to 450, and of course that has a contingency in it, and hopefully we come in under that by the time we design it and bid it. And,
Right, we did that with the lagoons, we do have a contingency fund.
yeah,
It's been
there's
approved to
there's
remove the
about,
sludge and stuff, was it like?
once we get done with the sludge, so-
87,000 or something?
yeah, once we get done with the sludge, there'll be less than 100,000 in contingency and grant funds as we return to RD.
Right.
But, that would be the goal, is we don't wanna go over that
Right.
number, we wanna come in under and maybe turn back a little money or something. but-
So it's approved in October, and is there like deadlines when it's gotta break ground and when you gotta be finished?
They have not given us hard deadlines
Gotcha.
on that, but we know the intent is they wanna see a design like this winter and go to bid next spring and get built in the 2020 construction season.
So what, are we looking at, the fire hydrants on
The-
the east side of town, or?
Right.
The
Well, we're-
things in the PER that you haven't done in the PER that we identified as your major concerns, your top priority was the backup well, which you guys did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The second crossing under the highway and the tracks, because right now you only have one.
That's redundancy?
Yeah, in
Okay.
case something happened and we
Right.
got crushed or something.
Yeah.
It helps that you have the source on one side and the tank on the other. Where like Warden Valentine, the source and the tank are all on one side, which really hurts, but. And then we identified, I think, 21 hydrants that are on like, either don't work, they're obsolete, or they're on 4-inch mains, and they're supposed to be on
Without a
6-inch or
shut-off.
better.
Right, without any gate valves or shut off
And I
valves, yeah.
believe Mike and, I don't think Jeremy's got into it. I think you guys, this town is on their own, replaced maybe 4 of them so far.
3.
3. Maybe you bought 4 and got 3 of them installed out of
Mhm.
the 21, so. But we identified 21 hydrants that didn't work properly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you know, they're like, to go around and dig up just a hydrant, that's $5,000 a
Yeah.
pop.
It's
Right,
expensive.
and plus we're looking at gate valves and shut
Yeah,
offs.
you'd have to get,
Right.
you know, new main, a new 6-inch
Exactly.
lead coming off the main
Right.
with gate valve and a new hydrant. And it's surprising how fast that adds up.
Right.
It does,
It
yeah,
does.
but it's a safety issue for the town, and I think we really need to go for it.
Yeah,
Especially completing
I mean,
roofs.
this opportunity that came up, and we wanted to make sure you guys were aware of it. We've been visiting with Shirley, we've been watching as it went through the legislature, now that it's, you know, we're getting more details and, but that's kind of what I wanted to come and present, is some of this information and see where you guys wanted to go with it.
Does anybody see any negatives in this? Why we wouldn't wanna go forward with it?
Well, I don't, because I think we need,
Hey,
Well, I can agree that we need new hydrants, we do need a second.
the only negative I see is that we're going to have to find that extra,
You're gonna have to find $20,000.
right,
Well,
Or
the
$5,000.
Yeah,
or
Depending on
whatever.
if
We
you
can
get
sell a
the
few of
grant.
the old vehicles we don't use, I think this is.
it has to
something
come
we
out of the
will
water
have to-
fund,
Right.
because it's water.
Oh,
Is,
gotcha.
let me ask you this, what's the downside if we're turned down? How much have we spent to get turned down,
The max you guys would be in would be 10.
to get turned down?
Right, and so the thing is, if you got turned down, you'd have an updated PER and everything, you could turn around next spring and apply to TSEP for the exact
Mhm.
same project. And this kind of project, the fire hydrants will give you some safety and the redundancy, might not normally score very well, but this next TSEP cycle, because House Bill 652 funded everything that wouldn't have traditionally got funded, it cleared the slate. So let's say they get 60 applications on a normal cycle.
Mhm.
20 of those are reapplications from the cycles before that didn't get funded and have had a chance to beef it up and do a better job.
Mhm.
Those 20 are gone. There's gonna be no reapplications because they funded every single one between the two bills. So it would put you in a position to turn around if you didn't and go after DNRC and TSEP for the same project.
What do you think our chances of getting approved?
I think you guys have a really good chance. I mean, based on all our discussions and stuff, your guys' project is, I think this is the sweet spot. I think this is the one that's gonna, it's quick. They know we're gonna turn the design, I mean, replacing hydrants, there's no design to that. We just point them out on a map.
Right.
And
So it's.
the going under the thing, so they know we can turn around, we can get it built.
Mhm.
It's gonna show benefit, it's right in, I think, the money, under a $500,000 project that can get turned around quickly. I think you guys have as good or better chance of any other projects we've looked, and we're looking at a lot of projects across the state, trying to help our clients figure out if this fits.
Are you working with anybody else in Carbon County?
Roberts may go after some, Red
For
Lodge is.
what? What are they looking at?
They have some sewer stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't know that they'll be able to get in position in time, they don't.
No, Robert's.
They don't have the
They're not in town.
stuff that we've
They're
got
water and
already
sewer
done.
district.
They're just a service.
Red Lodge, I visited with those guys, and I mean, we'd have to do their water PR from scratch, and it's a huge, there's no way, they'll be ready in time. Red Lodge, I haven't really talked to Tim down in Bridger, but they don't have anything hanging out there, and they don't have any PRs that we could update quickly. Roberts does, but they don't really fit, and they're in the middle of a project right now with these sewer services, and so I'm not sure. Their school, Roberts School, but they set up another 10.75 million
Right.
pot.
For school districts, yeah. Mhm.
So the Roberts Schools, have done some stormwater stuff with them, they may look into it. I don't know what Joliet's doing with Triple Tree, but I'm not gonna tip them off.
Right.
So,
Right.
hate to be that way, but
Well,
we're letting our clients know.
of course.
So, I mean, but even though if yours was under half, 2 other projects in Cardin County could get funded.
Right.
and
Yeah.
So,
I think, from the way it sounds, it looks as though we've got a pretty good chance.
Well, so, what do we have to put up to get started?
the first step would be is if you guys give me the direction tonight, if you wanna do this, I will work with our grant writers and we'll prepare the PER grant application and get that to you.
We really can't vote on anything tonight.
Right, no. Well, I mean, you would just, if you just give me direction, you're not voting on anything official. We'll prepare that application, we do those pro bono,
Bring it
because
back to the meeting.
I would give it to you guys, and yeah, you'd either look
In
at it
July.
in July, or have a special meeting to consider it, because you have to pass a resolution committing the matching funds. It says, if you give us this grant, we're committed to coming up with the matching funds. And you can say right in there, we're gonna apply to DNRC, and we're gonna come up with the other half ourselves. But that would be the next step, in getting that in. Waiting till July 8th, we could do that. If there was any way we could do it sooner, would be
Yeah,
better,
that's
just because if you get the TSEP grant, you can't start incurring costs until we get the award letter. So we wanna get the award letter as quickly as possible so that we can get started, because we do have to get your PR updated if we're gonna do this and a grant done by the end of September, so. We're start running out of time pretty quickly.
So what we should do.
What's
is
the
have a-
quickest we could get a meeting put together that we can
have
vote
a
on this?
Special meeting to vote on this.
How long does it have to be posted?
So,
Three days?
48 hours.
here's a
48
suggestion.
hours, 48 hours,
Okay,
The ribbon cutting is scheduled next
The next
Wednesday
one.
at 2:30, correct?
Right.
2 o'clock.
Was everybody planning on attending that,
Yes.
or you're not gonna be able to make
I'm
it?
not gonna be-
I don't think I can either.
Okay. I was gonna say, if we could do something like 2 that afternoon, it's gonna be a 10-minute meeting if you are
Yeah.
as a planning grant.
Okay, then I'll make it.
Well, or we could do it that evening or something. I don't have to even be here or anything. I mean,
Right.
it's- Literally, you're gonna review the planning grant, and you have to pass a resolution that says you
Right,
are going to come up with the matching funds if they give you the planning grant. And then we can submit it to TSEP. They start taking applications next Monday. I don't think they'll run out of money the first day. But
Well, they're not-
there have been
they're not
times that they
awarding.
run out of money the first
Well,
2
they're not
weeks.
awarding until September, right?
No, this is for the PR planning grants.
Okay, okay.
And so that cycle opens June 17th, and it's a first come, first serve.
Oh,
And so basically, you submit an application and they timestamp and then you start at the top of the pile, and if you meet the minimum
We have a
qualifications,
meeting Friday.
we can
Well,
have a
I-
meeting, Friday.
I can't probably get your grant application done by Friday.
Okay.
I mean, with it being Wednesday night,
Well, it'd be the first you could get it done.
I could get it to you by next Wednesday, for sure. I know I
So
can.
the,
And
either
if we need to
Thursday,
do a meeting
Or,
in the
or
evening,
I could
it's
probably
fine
get it to
too.
you,
Yeah.
if Tuesday works better, you let me know next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday would be tough for me to,
Tuesday, so after we get it, then 2 days after that, so I have to plan 48 hours. So, for notice. So as soon as he lets me know, I can do the posting.
Well, let's just plan
Yeah,
on a
let's
meeting
plan on it.
tonight.
Meeting Tuesday.
so if I got it to you by Monday,
Monday. Can't have it until Thursday, 48 hours notice. The public
Let's
has
just
to be
plan
no-
on having a
Well,
meeting
then
on
Let's plan on
Tuesday.
having a meeting, he'll get it to you Monday or Tuesday.
so if I get it to you though, Monday
That's good.
by
Okay.
5.
Yep.
24 is Tuesday at 5, 48 is Wednesday at 5, so if they do it Wednesday evening, that's 48 hours, right?
Wednesday evening.
The 19th?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be out there
Not
all
very much.
afternoon,
No.
hour maybe, 2 maybe, if even
I'll
that,
stay hang out as long as people want to ask questions, but I don't
Yeah.
see it taking very long.
okay.
But,
they're giving boat rides, you know.
sweet.
They need a paddle.
And water.
You want me to drag up the SS Pooper Scooper?
7:30?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you have to,
I should be able to get that day off, but
okay.
either way, 7:30 will make that meeting no matter what.
Okay.
so.
And your whole agenda would be the TSEP planning grant application, the resolution, and,
Okay.
because for a special meeting, it has to be a specific item, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
that's one time.
Right,
One, we can be more than one item, but that's the only thing for discussion is per item,
Right.
yeah.
So we will pull that together for you guys.
Okay,
We have all your information and a little bit we don't have, I'll be loving Jan for.
Okay.
But just some updated financials, I think, and stuff we'll have to, and they're pretty straightforward, they literally take us a couple of hours tops. And I think we've done them before for you, so it'd be easy just updating the application. I do think this is a great opportunity for you guys, I really do. I think you're in a sweet spot that's gonna really fit what they're trying to do. And, so,
and it's been on our agenda as well.
yeah, I mean,
For-
this has been dragging on, and we can say you guys have been
time.
trying to save money, and you got up to enough finally to do the well. Now you're back to,
Right.
you know, put it off, let's get it done.
Right. I
And
agree.
having everything around the same time frame, I mean, current, is a good idea, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Much as you can.
So, yeah, we just wanted to make sure you guys knew what's going on, get in front of you, see what you wanna do. I'm with you, to me, it's a no-brainer, but
Yeah.
it's still your guys' decision, we just make recommendations.
Well, I know we're gonna have to come up with some money, but, I think,
If we can do the whole project for the cost of 2 hydrants and also do the redundancy,
right.
supply across the street,
Mhm.
I think we gotta jump on it.
Right,
I mean, and if you really got in a bind, which I mean, we're talking, I think you guys are creative enough. Intercap does do loans specifically for PDRs,
Mhm.
which,
yeah.
that'd be a last resort, I would think.
I don't think we have to do that.
Yeah.
I just think too, I mean, going for it, whether even if we did get shut down, having everything updated and current, you know, we'll go back in it the next season,
Yeah,
we'd be crazy not to
Yeah.
go forward.
I believe that's.
I mean, cause a much lower priority, I guess, from the PR, I mean, those were the big things, were the well, the crossing and the hydrants. A much lower priority was upsizing the main line that runs all the way up to the tank,
Mhm.
which would improve your fire flow all over town.
Right.
right.
And putting in like a parallel 12-inch.
If we,
And so, if we did the DLA, and you guys so wanted, you could turn around and use the PR to go after that
For the next
project
year.
for TSEP,
Right.
but,
for the lateral,
I
right?
mean, that's one, puts you guys in a hard position, cause it's,
Tore up 2 years in a row.
well, not that, it would be a great thing, it would really improve fire flows around town, but does it improve them enough? It's a lot of money, and it's a big project, and,
Proven enough for them to think they
you know,
need it.
there's no way that the school, we'd have to rebuild your whole system to give the school like what they need for fire flows, and for a fraction of the cost, they can put in sprinklers.
Right, right,
And-
and that grant money is out there, and that was one of the things that they mentioned in that, 10.7 or whatever it was
Yeah,
for
they
the
set up-
schools. They set up a special fund for sprinkler systems and things like
Really?
that.
Well, the DLA
Yes.
that they set up, they set aside,
Some of the aging schools are.
they set up, how did they define it? They set aside 10.75 must be distributed to local governments for local infrastructure projects. 10.75 million must be distributed to local governments for school district infrastructure projects. And then I think sprinklers is one
Right,
thing they
sprinklers
actually
was one
list.
of the, yeah, that was on the list.
So if your school district's on it,
We
I
have
mean,
sprinklers at the school, I just don't know how old they are.
well,
Well,
that's
this
a
is,
big
yeah,
step.
these grants are specifically to update
Well,
all of the,
they could do roofing or
Mhm,
anything.
right.
It replaces, or is supposed to replace there was a grant for schools, community schools or something, I don't remember, grant
Mhm.
program.
School improvement grant program.
Yeah, that went away, and this is supposed to try and fill some of that void.
right,
So it'd be those same exact projects in there. I'm not familiar with those as much, because I've really been focused on the infrastructure one. But it, generally, I mean, like, the infrastructure, because the Department of Commerce legislators have turned this around in a week, they're more or less dumbed down the TSEP guidelines and they're following the TSEP guidelines, so, I'm sure that they're following that community, what was already in place, as much as they can, instead of reinventing the wheel. So if you know anybody in school or something, then make sure that they're aware of it.
Mhm.
Bill works at the school.
Well, there you go, Bill, and then, yeah, if they need any assistance or help, tell them to give us a call, and we can point them in the right direction, or we can do it for them, or. We do quite a bit of
You
school
don't,
district
you don't
work
have
out of the Helen
a
office.
contact up there
Up where?
at the school?
I have not worked with your school district here.
Yeah.
The clerk is Julie Jones.
yeah.
Oh, Julie Jones is
Julie
working there now?
Jones,
Yeah, she's a sharp cookie.
But yeah, she's a grant
She's
writer,
right.
I mean, she should be all over it.
Yeah, and I don't know if, And I haven't talked to her, and I was going to do that, just the other day, I was thinking about that, because I talked to her out on the street. But I was gonna bring that up, and then we got on something else, and I didn't, so, just gonna. But I'm sure she probably knows about it, because I think she keeps up on all the,
Oh yeah, if it's Julie,
Yeah.
she should be all over this.
yeah,
She's probably ahead of me.
she might be, yeah.
So, no, I think this is a great opportunity for you guys,
Mhm.
so. You're one of the 2 or 3 projects that this whole time this has been going through, and I'm like, these are perfect.
Mhm.
And would really help you guys out, especially with the no match thing, if we can get that through.
That's
I-
huge.
That's
And I've got into
huge.
cold board asking for 400, thinking they're gonna give us 2, and they've given us 4, so I say we ask for it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And make this obstacle, you just got done doing everything you can. So,
so it came up short. We need some
well,
help.
yeah, exactly, so, perfect. Well, that's what I had for you guys tonight.
Perfect.
Cool.
Good. I just wanted the council to be aware of, you know, what we can do, what we need to do, and, let them settle that around in their little minds, and so they can think about it while they're fishing. Concentrating on getting that pole in the water.
Yeah, that's what I had. If you guys need any other information, I can send you links to, I think I emailed you the links.
You did.
So, to the actual house bills and the
Mhm.
draft applications.
And I have all the paperwork too, so
Mhm.
everything that and I can make copies for the guys if they wanna look at it.
Right.
Yeah, after we get this moving on Wednesday, yeah, just keep us in the loop. If there's anything that we need to do to accelerate it on our end, just tell them.
That'll be a big thing, is getting that grant application in so we can get an award letter, because we can't really start until then.
Yeah, and that was my thing, is I really would like to get that done just as soon as we possibly can.
So the one other thing that I will point out that may become not a problem, but you guys will have to keep in the back of your mind. This, obviously what we're doing up front, the PR update and stuff is well under the $50,000 limit. But even if the design on this project isn't, given the grant and then how long ago we were selected, and you know, we can only push this contract out so long, you guys are gonna have to think about procurement, going out and advertising for an engineer. Hopefully you pick us again, that would be my goal.
Well, you'll definitely have an opportunity, I would think.
And so the things you can consider there are doing a project-specific procurement for the project, or a lot of the smaller communities have gone to just on-call contracts, where they hire an engineer for general engineering services, where we have a contract. And then whenever a project comes up, there's no retainer. That's the first thing. I hate that when they're like, well, I don't want to put you on retainer. Like, I will refuse a retainer, and that's not how we work. Every project that comes up, sometimes they'll set a limit, like some of the bigger communities, like say anything under $1,000, they tell the public works guy, just, you can do that. If you have a little thing come up under $1,000 or that, you do what's called a task order, which is specific to the project, and we negotiate a scope, a budget, and a schedule for that project and everything. Typically, the on-calls are a 5-year maximum